بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الحمد لله رب العالمين والصلاة والسلام على سيد المرسلين وعلى آله وصحبه أجمعين. اللهم ربنا لك الحمد والشكر كما ينبغي لجلال وجهك وعظيم سلطانك. اللهم إنا نعوذ بك منك لا نحصي ثناء عليك أنت كما أثنيت على نفسك. اللهم اغفر لنا ذنوبنا وكفر عنا سيئاتنا وتوفنا مع الأبرار. أما بعد, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi ta'ala wa barakatuh. My dear brothers and sisters, yesterday I started talking about istiqamah in Ramadan. That Ramadan, which is inshallah ta'ala will be with us in about a few more days. Ramadan is a madrasa. Ramadan is a school through which we will have to learn to transform ourselves. And one of the most important trainings of Ramadan is that it should be able to nurture us and discipline us to have istiqamah. And istiqamah can simply be translated as to remain steadfast, to be constant in what we do. And I want to, inshallah ta'ala, today just talk a little bit more about istiqamah and what does it mean and how should we use Ramadan, inshallah ta'ala, to transform our lives individually so that we have istiqamah. Istiqamah has darajat or levels. أولها الثبات على التوحيد. The first level of istiqamah is to be firm and steadfast on tawheed, on monotheism, on believing in the oneness of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And that means لزوم التوحيد بالإخلاص الخالص وبالإخلاص, to be sincerely worshipping Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And that is why when Abu Bakr radiyallahu anhu was asked عن الاستقامة, سئل عن الاستقامة قال ألا تشرك بالله شيئا. When Abu Bakr radiyallahu anhu was asked about istiqamah, the great Abu Bakr radiyallahu anhu as-Siddiq, he was asked about istiqamah. What does it mean? He says, أَلَّا تُشْرِكْ بِاللَّهِ شَيْئًا, that you don't associate anything with Allah Azza wa Jal. You do not make shirk with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala in anything or with anything. And that is why istiqamah means first and foremost to be firm on believing in Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, in His oneness, and not to associate anything or anybody with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, whether this is major shirk or minor shirk. Secondly, istiqamah means لزوم الأوامر والنواهي بفعل الأمر وترك النهي وهي إتيان الطاعات أو الطاعات واجتناب المعاصي. The second level of istiqamah is to remain firm on doing what Allah Ta'ala has ordered us to do and what His Rasulullah Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam ordered us to do, and to abstain from those things which He has prohibited. Right? And not to be picky and choosy. What I like, what my nafs likes, I will follow, and if I don't like it, I'm not going to follow it. Our nafs should not dictate. It is Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala who should dictate, and it is His Nabi sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. Even though the orders of Allah and His Nabi sallallahu alayhi wa sallam may go against our nafs, we should, istiqamah means we follow that. That's what Umar ibn al-Khattab radiyallahu anhu understood when he said أن تستقيم على الأمر والنهي ولا تروغ روغان الثعلب. Explaining istiqamah, Umar radiyallahu anhu al-Faruq, he said istiqamah means that you are firm and steadfast on doing the orders of Allah, following the orders of Allah, and abstaining from the prohibitions. And he says something interesting. He says وَلَا تَرُوغُ رَوَغَانَ الثَّعْلَبِ, and don't be sneaky and elusive like a fox, trying to sneak your way, thinking that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is not watching. Sometimes to do what Allah is saying to us and to follow Islam, to follow the deen. And sometimes when it doesn't suit me, I don't follow it. And this is what Umar said, don't be like a fox when you are dealing with Allah Azza wa Jal, and when you are following His orders, don't be like a fox. When Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala describes people in the Quran who are, in between, قال مذبذبين بين ذلك لا إلى هؤلاء ولا إلى هؤلاء. They waver all the time between this and that. They belonging neither to this side nor to that side. So we have to be firm, and we need to be determined that Ramadan, inshallah ta'ala, will transform my life so I can have istiqamah. Istiqamah, my brothers and sisters, has a number of important elements to it, which I would like to share with you. As Ibn al-Qayyim rahmatullah alayhi in his book Madarij al-Salikin, he says istiqamah includes a number of important things. أولا إفراد المعبود بالإرادة من الأفعال والأقوال والنيات وهو الإخلاص. He says the first important thing about istiqamah is to be sincere in everything that we do. That whatever we do, whatever we say, and including our intentions, it should be for Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. My salah should be for Allah. My fasting is for Allah. My reading of the Quran is for Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. My intention is for Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And that is ikhlas. And that is what I spoke about yesterday. So Ramadan is to engender, it is to nurture in us ikhlas. Secondly, وقوع الأعمال وحصولها وفق الأمر الشرعي وهو متابعة السنة. Second important aspect of the meaning of steadfastness is that all our actions should be according to the Sharia, should be according to the commands of Allah and the Sunnah of His Rasul sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. Thirdly, العمل والاجتهاد في الطاعة بقدر وسعه ولا يكلف الله نفسا إلا وسعها فاتقوا الله ما استطعتم. The third thing is to do our best in obeying Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Do our utmost best. When we do salah, we do our best to do salah in the best way. When we fast Ramadan in the best way. We exert ourselves to the maximum capacity. And Allah ta'ala is not going to take us to account for that which is beyond our means. So we do within that which is within our means. But our means we have to exert ourselves. Number 4, الاقتصاد في العمل بين الغلو والتفريط. يعني لا إفراط ولا تفريط. قال بعض السلف رحمهم الله تعالى ما أمر الله بأمر إلا وللشيطان فيه نزغتان إما إلى تفريط وإما إلى مجاوزة وهي الإفراط ولا يبالي بأيهما ظفر أي الزيادة والنقصان. هذا أخرجه أحمد بن ماجه. The fourth important thing about istiqamah is that to always be balanced in our practices, neither to go to this extreme nor to that extreme. One extreme is when we compromise deen, and when we compromise khushu', for example, compromise khushu' in salah, or compromise other aspects of fasting. That is one extreme. The other extreme, we go so hard that we neglect other important responsibilities. So when Nabi sallallahu alaihi wasallam walked into the masjid and he saw a rope that was tied from one end to the next, he said, "What is this rope for?" They said, "This is for your daughter, radiyallahu anha. She tied it in the masjid." He said, "Why?" They said, "So that when she gets tired whilst making salah, she will support herself on the rope. She will lean on it." He says, "Untie it. And when any one of you gets tired, let them rest." So this is one of the tricks of shaitan, is that he makes us either compromise or become very extreme in our approach. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, this is an ummah wasata. This is an ummah that is meant to take the middle path. And shaitan will win either way. If he takes us to either extreme, shaitan wins. And that is why we have to be mindful not to go to either extreme in our actions. For example, excessive nafil salah that may take us away from fard salah is an extreme. A person standing up in salah the whole night and they get so tired that they can't get up for fajr salah, fard salah. No, the middle path would be pray at night what is possible, but make sure that you are able to get up for fajr. This is just an example. The fifth aspect of istiqamah, الوقوف مع ما يرسمه الشرع ويحدده لا مع دواعي النفس وحظوظها, is that another important aspect of istiqamah is that we follow what the Sharia has prescribed for us and not follow our own whims and desires, which is very hard. والاستقامة يجب أن تكون في الظاهر والباطن أي في أعمال القلب والجوارح. And last point for tonight inshallah ta'ala is that istiqamah should be inwardly and outwardly. So istiqamah is not only in the way we practice deen externally, but also the way we observe deen inwardly or inside. So istiqamah in the heart has to have istiqamah in its tawheed, in its ikhlas, istiqamah in not having hatred and malice and racism and prejudice, but also so al-istiqamah fi al-zahiri wal-batin, inwardly and outwardly, أي في أعمال القلب والجوارح. The heart has to have steadfastness and the body must be steadfast. Inshallah ta'ala, in the next session I'll talk about وسائل تحقيق الاستقامة. How can we get istiqamah inshallah ta'ala, so that might help us in Ramadan inshallah ta'ala. جزاكم الله خير وبارك الله فيكم. نسأل الله عز وجل, we ask Allah عز وجل istiqamah for myself and yourself and all the listeners inshallah ta'ala. Wassalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi ta'ala wa barakatuh.